Ah, I see what you're doing. Smirk. You want this turned into a full dramatic short story, around 1,500 words, YouTube-style viral story pacing. I've got you. Here's a polished, emotionally charged story based on that hook, written to keep readers watching all the way through. Poor mechanic speaks Japanese, shocking the billionaire mother who needed him most. The Lexus coasted into the dusty parking lot on the edge of town like it didn't belong there. Which it didn't. Painted a pearl white that still gleamed despite the road grime, the luxury SUV rolled to a stop in front of Hank's Auto Repair, a place better known for fixing farm trucks and rusted sedans than foreign imports. The engine gave one final, unhappy cough before falling silent. Inside the car, Aiko Tanaka closed her eyes. Not now, she thought. She had crossed an ocean to avoid attention. To disappear. To protect her daughter. And now this. Mama, her 6-year-old daughter, Emmy, whispered from the back seat. Are we there? Aiko forced a smile and turned around. Ideographic period. Ideographic period. It's okay. They'll fix it. She wasn't sure she believed that. They stepped out of the car, the dry California heat instantly clashing with the tailored black suit Aiko still wore, habit more than necessity. Heads turned. A few mechanics leaned against toolboxes, eyeing the unfamiliar vehicle, and the woman who stepped out of it like she owned the ground beneath her feet. Hank himself emerged, wiping his hands on a rag. Can I help you, ma'am? Aiko hesitated. Her English was functional, but technical conversations, especially under stress, were dangerous territory. She tried anyway. My car. It stopped. The engine. Hank nodded slowly, then gestured toward the hood. Pop it open. She fumbled with the latch, cheeks warming. Emmy clutched her hand. Hank peered inside, scratched his chin, and started asking questions. Fast ones. When did the light come on? Any weird sounds before it died? Ever been serviced outside the dealership? Aiko froze. The words blurred together. She caught fragments, nodded when she wasn't sure, shook her head when panic set in. It became obvious, quickly. One of the younger mechanics muttered, "She doesn't get what you're saying." Hank sighed. You speak English, right? Aiko bowed her head slightly. A little. I'm sorry. The silence that followed was awkward, heavy. Emmy squeezed her hand tighter. Then, from the far end of the garage, a voice spoke. Everyone turned. The speaker was Ethan Miller. He was greasy, thin, wearing an old hoodie with oil stains that never quite washed out. The kind of guy people overlooked without trying. He'd been under a pickup truck moments ago, but now he stood upright, eyes focused, not on the Lexus but on Aiko. Her breath caught. You speak Japanese? She asked softly. Yeah, Ethan replied, switching effortlessly. I asked if the timing belt was replaced recently. Aiko stared at him as if he'd just performed a magic trick. Yes, she said quickly. At the dealership in Tokyo. 6 months ago. Hank blinked. You two understand each other? Ethan nodded. She says the timing belt's new. But if this model's throwing codes and stalling, it might not be the belt. He walked closer, crouching beside the engine. His hands moved with confidence, fingers tracing components like he knew them personally. Aiko watched him, stunned, not just by the language, but by the calm certainty in his voice. Ethan said, or the AQ, did it hesitate before stopping? Yes, Aiko replied immediately. Like it was choking. Ethan exhaled. Yeah, that tracks. Hank crossed his arms. You sure about this, kid? Ethan didn't look up. Pretty sure. Within minutes, Ethan had diagnosed the issue. A faulty fuel pump relay, a known problem in that Lexus model, rare enough that most small shops wouldn't catch it quickly. Hank whistled low. How the hell do you know that? Ethan shrugged. I used to work imports. And I read. Aiko knelt beside Emmy, whispering reassurance, but her eyes never left Ethan. After an hour, the Lexus purred back to life. Aiko pressed her hands together and bowed deeply. Ideographic period. Ethan flushed. Ah, you're welcome. She reached into her bag and pulled out a sleek black card, holding it out with both hands. Please, let me pay you properly. Hank glanced at it, and nearly dropped his rag. The name embossed in silver letters made his stomach flip. Tanaka Holdings. His eyes shot to Aiko. The Tanaka, he whispered. As in that Tanaka. Aiko stiffened. Ethan noticed immediately. She doesn't want attention, he said quietly. Just charge her normal labor. Hank stared at Ethan now. You know who she is? Ethan shook his head. Doesn't matter. Aiko looked between them, emotion flickering across her composed face. Ethan, she said gently. Why do you speak Japanese? He hesitated, then shrugged again. My mom was Japanese. She died when I was a kid. Language was all I had left of her. Something softened in Aiko's eyes. That night, as the sun dipped low, Aiko sat in her motel room watching Emmy sleep. Her mind replayed the day over and over, not the breakdown, not the fear, but the moment Ethan spoke her language when no one else could. She made a call. The next morning, a black sedan rolled into Hank's lot. Two men in suits stepped out. Hank nearly fainted. Aiko followed. She found Ethan under the same pickup truck. "Ethan," she said. He slid out, startled. "Ms. Tanaka," she bowed, lower this time. "I am rebuilding my life," she said. Quietly. "But I need people I can trust." She gestured to the men behind her. "I would like to offer you a position. Translator. Technical advisor. With pay that would change your life." Ethan stared at her, then at Hank, then back at her. "I don't think I belong in your world." Aiko smiled softly. "You already helped me when you didn't have to. That tells me you belong exactly where you choose to stand." Ethan thought of overdue bills. Of his mother. Of how speaking Japanese had once felt like shouting into the void, until yesterday. He nodded. Emmy ran up and hugged his leg. "Arigato ideographic, I-san," she said. He laughed, blinking fast. "Anytime, kid." In a town that barely noticed him before, a poor mechanic became the bridge between two worlds, simply by speaking when it mattered most. If you want a darker version, a romantic angle, or a more extreme billionaire reveal, just say the word relieved face 1500 WAD.